First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davey, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite.
Hello.
Hello.
Braden Harrington here with Davey Portman for BDElite. You found us, whatever podcast app you're using. Thank you. And you're also joining us, maybe, possibly.
Live on twitch.tv/upnextpodcast. Hello, Twitch room.
Hello, Twitch people. It is Wednesday night, June 1st. Pay your bills, get the first in. And we watched some Dynamite tonight. And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Great episode.
Fun, super fun episode off a hot pay-per-view last week, of course, on this very free feed, and I think somewhere out there on our... No, we didn't do a video for that one, did we?
Not last week.
No. But for Double or Nothing, I mean, we have a review on our free podcast feed here, but...
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, go check out our review, that whole pay-per-view. That was so much fun chatting all about that show, because it was a crazy show with the anarchy and everything. And then more Dynamite tonight. So just, crazy stuff. We got the Forbidden Door being opened later this month.
We do, yeah.
I mean, it's open tonight, really.
It's, at the end of the month now. So, officially open tonight. We've learned that Tanahashi will be facing CM Punk at that event.
Yeah. That's presumably the main event, I would imagine.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, AEW champ.
And for the title, I would think.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Of course, 100%.
Should have a defense in a month.
What about, do you think Okada will still have a match?
I think so, yeah. I think maybe it's possibly someone like Hangman or someone else. It's going to be easier to book with, rather than do a champion versus champion thing, I guess.
Yeah.
By doing the Tana thing. Imagine we'll get some six-mans. Hikuleo will come back.
Fuck, no.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah. Probably, FTR versus, are they defending against Cobb and...
Great O'Khan?
Great O'Khan, is that the thing?
Yeah, there wasn't really a mention of that
tonight,
so that's why it was kind of weird that they did that last week. I mean, it's that's the big news coming out of this show. I mean, Tanahashi versus Punk, a great match. I'm on the fence, or I was on the fence of going to Forbidden Door. I'm like, I kind of want to go. A friend of mine is like, I have this extra ticket, now come. And then someone else is like, I have an extra ticket too. And I'm like, but then I got to go to Chicago. When we booked, way before they announced this pay-per-view, tickets to, and a whole little trip, because we're in Toronto. It's just a hop and a skip down to the Big D in Detroit. And now tonight, they're announcing...
Blood and Guts!
That's right. War Games. So I'm pretty happy with going to Detroit and watching some wrestling on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, get to see a Blood and Guts match.
It's going to be crazy.
To a War Games or anything like that.
Yeah.
Should be, really excited for that.
Yeah, so we're super hyped. We will be doing a show, maybe, depending on how our night goes. Maybe the Thursday.
Probably. Oh, no, I'm not doing it that night.
Yeah, we want to get lit.
On holiday.
Yeah. We'll probably do
Thursday morning.
We'll hear all about the Blood and Guts.
Thursday at 12.
This is weeks away, but end of the month, literally.
No, I just don't want to be called a part-timer, right away,
Yeah, exactly. Acknowledge me. Yeah. So we're kind of beaming, because we're like, all right, cool, that's the Dynamite that we have tickets to, and we're kind of excited. Finally, we get to something. Toronto doesn't get anything, so we got to leave the country.
Go to Detroit.
Yeah, to get some wrestling. I'm trying to think of other stories that kind of came out this week that maybe we didn't talk about yesterday. I know I mentioned the Santana Jackson versus Janela, which I still think people should go check out. You haven't watched it yet, but you'll definitely have to eventually. What else was coming out? Was there anything else?
I've not really got much news since this morning.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was stuff I wanted to talk about and I completely forgot. So yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. It happens. I can say that we recorded a Was Next for the Patreon coming out this weekend, talking all about the 2013 September 25th edition of NXT way back when, and it's the first time Sasha Banks and Bayley go against each other one-on-one. It's the debut of the Boss, and what great timing, since she's still walked out of the company, it seems.
The Boss has problems with her boss now.
So it was interesting seeing the legit. We've seen Sasha in NXT in these retro NXT reviews we do, but seeing the debut of the Boss was pretty cool. So we recorded that one today. That's coming out. We have a calling all old head WCW fans from the early '90s. Martin Bushby has selected to scour the world of 1992 WCW to find the best matches of his favorite time in wrestling, and then we're going to talk all about them, review, rate, and all that stuff, and get into it. And I can't wait.
Yeah, look on the Patreon, because the list of matches we're going to be talking about is there, including a War Games match.
Blood and Guts.
From 1992. Nice. So just funny how it all kind of ties together.
Sweet.
With Sting's Squadron taking on the Dangerous Alliance. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a bit more sort of the Steiners, a lot of Sting matches, Cactus Jack, Vader. It should be a fun show.
Yeah, so that's what's coming out this weekend. And then, go check the Patreon and the schedule on the Twitter and the Facebook and stuff, because we have so many podcasts coming out this month, including some crazy movie reviews, some other wrestling ones. Because of Forbidden Door, we're letting you, the listeners, pick our Forbidden Door throwback review, because for a review from the 6th, we need you. The thread isn't open quite yet, but we would actually like your opinions on it to see what we should put in the poll on the Facebook group. Of all the Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds / Global Wars, any New Japan Ring of Honor crossover event that has happened, we want your top 5 or so ones. We'll put a poll up on our Facebook group, and then we will pick the winner and review it. Yeah. So it'll be featuring a lot of the same people we talk about on AEW and New Japan. Like, a lot of the same stars are still on now from Ring of Honor in this company. So
absolutely,
there'll definitely be some crossovers.
So it felt like it would be a good chance to look back at one of those.
But right now, I would love any recommendations of which ones you guys think. Maybe we should put a thread up there just to get some ideas, because I was at so many of these Global Wars and War of the Worlds, whatever worlds collide or whatever. But super excited to look back at those. But yeah, go check out all the podcasts we'll be doing this month, because we have so many. And of course, $5 to get all these and everything in the back catalog. Go check us out. You won't be disappointed. Support your content creators and your professional podcasters.
Yeah. Patreon.com/upnext.
Yeah, go check it out.
Buy a t-shirt. Why not? ProWrestlingTees.com/upnext.
Yeah. I see you're wearing your Linda Pillman t-shirt.
It's a good t-shirt.
Yeah. I saw Randy was injured, so I dug out my old RKO Legend Killer.
Yeah.
It's the old
Get
one.
well soon, Randy.
Yeah.
Randall Keith.
Well, Dynamite happened tonight from L.A. This is the first time they're making their ways over there. Finally, they were somewhere else other than Daly's Place or Texas or Chicago.
Yeah, and great venue as well. Looked huge.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
We had
looked like
this
there's a lot of
huge
people.
ramp for tonight's show.
Yeah, kind of similar to Grand Slam.
Similar to Grand Slam, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like what? How many people you think were in this thing? It looked packed.
I looked up it's the forum, and it says it holds 17,500. So you probably not got that much there, but
right,
I don't know, maybe 12, 13.
It looked big, and it sounded pretty big watching this show at home. But AEW in the Valley, or is it Los Angeles count as the Valley? I think they were in the Valley. I don't know. I've actually never been to. I don't know much about that place. I want to go. Looks like fun. We start off tonight with the new AEW champion, CM Punk, coming out. Huge crowd reaction here as he does it again. The stage dive into the crowd of people.
It's been a while.
I'm pretty sure people told him not to do this, and he stopped. But
he's the champion.
Yeah, he had to do it one more time. Yeah, it was great. It was nice to see. Very throwback to like that whole run of him just being excited to be here. Now he's the champ. Well, he's with his friends, the Bret Hart Boys, FTR, the ROH champions. They come out as well. So just call this team the Bret Hart Boys. You said a long time ago that they should form some sort of stable like the Dungeon or something along those lines.
And it's happening.
I think it is.
Eyes.
Yeah, I think it really is.
And they look great. Just walking down the ramp as a trio, I thought they looked right together.
Yeah, definitely. They're going up against the team of the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Austin Gunn.
And Colton Gunn.
Yeah, sorry, there's 3 of them. There's 2 of the Ass Boys.
2 Ass Boys, yeah.
And
1 Ass Man and 2 Acclaimed.
So we hear the rap from Max Caster. he says that you guys are messing with us, and you're gonna pay like Amber Heard, which got a huge reaction from the crowd. Shout out Johnny Depp. Then we get them talking about how CM Punk is the champ, but he looks like he lives under the 405, which I guess is some sort of highway or bridge in the area.
We don't know roads either.
Then he says that FTR is just here to ride the coattails here, and then he ends with, "Oh, by the way, Bret Hart is trash, boys. Y'all are about to get stomped by the ass, boys." Big pop from me there. And you just have to diss Bret, and you're instantly like, okay, let's fucking go.
I like these four together.
Yeah, why do I alwast...
Five, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they're really fun.
It's really
they've
weird.
got it down now, the opening with, what is it, Austin and Colton calling out
the wrong towns.
Places.
Yeah.
Then Bowens gets it for the big cheer.
Yeah, I do love...
Yeah, I like these guys.
Yeah, I do. Also, like the wrestling hits. I mean, the wrestling hit for the Acclaimed, the now, it's almost like these ass boys. That they're actually, I'm calling them ass boys. That's their name. Yeah, that's their name. I mean, I feel like they're improving now that they're with these guys. FTR are working in and out, tagging out. Eventually, they tag in Punk here, but he starts working Max, who eventually starts to beat down Punk into the corner, and the crowd is hot whenever Punk fires back. We get Cash, who tags back in and hits this avalanche power slam. We get back suplexes from FTR tagging in and out again. During picture-in-picture, Dax is getting beat down on. When we come back, Punk tags in, hot tag with the neck breaker, and then like lifts up Cash to help him do like a tope to the outside onto the other guys. There's then the elbow up top, basically doing Max Caster's move on himself, the mic drop, and says, "I'm sorry." Billy Gunn goes on the apron and starts talking shit to CM Punk, so they go face-to-face when he eventually counters the Famouser on Austin, and then somehow lifts him up and like throws him into Billy, and then hits...
Yeah, this deadlift. It was like a one-arm deadlift.
Scary.
You see Roman do it, guys that size. And Punk struggled, but he got him up eventually. And kind of, I think he was meant to throw him completely against. Yeah. He took a nasty bump on the rope, but
it was almost cool, I thought. It was almost Seth Rollins Sting-esque there. But yeah, the fact that he lifted him was very impressive, actually. And then there's then the GTS, which then sets up into the big rig from FTR, and they get the win here. The ass boys lose. Punk had some spots where he was kind of slipping up, like going for the springboard a few times. Was looking so. After the match, he cuts a promo and says, "I need to do better."
Yeah, but I kind of realistically, your world champion match should be the hardest fought match of the night. So it's only a couple of days later, and he's fighting and he's kicking off the show, and he looks old. He's grown the grey out in his beard and that kind of thing. And I liked his honesty in the promo, sort of taking note of it. But he's the champ, so sometimes, great football teams, they win ugly. You sneak in one goal at the end to win,
That's right.
That's how you become a champion. It's winning when things aren't working for you.
Preach.
Exactly. So I didn't mind it. I thought there were some sloppy bits in the match, but overall I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, me too. I actually like all the guys involved in this match. And I think Punk and FTR work great as a team.
Absolutely.
There's no exchange on camera about how all of a sudden they're cool with him when they were with the Pinnacle, they were beating him up. But we can move on. They forgive him. He forgives them.
FTR, weren't FTR already then kind of distant?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I just remember Sean Spears doing it all and Wardlow. I think FTR were kind of broken away then.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll say you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I like this unit here. We need FTR going for the tag titles. We see Punk, who grabs a microphone after. Also, I think it was Brandon from New Jersey who was messaging one of our groups saying that Billy Gunn was actually Punk's last match in WWE.
Oh, interesting.
So we need to do Billy versus Punk for the strap next week.
On Rampage.
They should. Just do it. Have Billy get a false hope spot for the championship on Billy.
I think you might be right. I think that might be Punk's last match.
I mean, it was the Rumble. He was in the Rumble.
Yeah,
right?
it was 20th of January. The Rumble would have been...
So maybe singles
match. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the Raw or something like that. But yeah. Okay, so Punk afterwards has the microphone with FTR in the ring. CM Punk holds up his AEW championship, says, I've never done drugs, but I'd imagine this is what it feels like. And I know I'm the champ, but I got a lot of work to do, a lot of roads to still travel, and I got to get better, but that's what this is about. And he says, call me positive, call me negative, call me whatever you want, but you can call me the champ. And he says, yeah, it feels good. This is when Dax grabs the mic and says, this feels good, this is pro wrestling, and says that this is my life. And in the crowd tonight is my wife and my baby girl, and they are all that matters in my life. And that's what I do this for. And huge pop when he mentions the wife and daughter in the crowd. I mean, yeah, good on that crowd. Then he mentions that it doesn't matter. We're the best tag team in the world. It doesn't matter if you're from a different company. This company, I swear he says Finley. David Finley? I swear he said Finley in this promo. Which then Finley's wrestling someone else next week.
Said I thought I saw it somewhere. It's someone's real name or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Then he basically says, come on, fight us. We're a tag team. I'm assuming he's mentioned... I thought they would mention the Great O'Khan and
Yeah,
Jeff
I didn't
Cobb
mention
thing.
them at all.
Then Punk says, basically, I know that forbidden door is back there, here tonight. So it's time we open that forbidden door. I know you're back there. Open the door. Who is it? Who am I facing?
Oh, sorry. Finley is Dax Harwood's kid's name.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. I thought he was just randomly...
It was not like, I know you're out there. It's more like...
I know
hey,
you're
son.
out there, Finley.
I know you're watching.
I know, he was still like breathing heavy after the match.
He was
like,
mad.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Stuff.
why is he calling out Finley?
And as Knocked Out Films in the Twitch room pointed out, they did say that after Dax and CM Punk had the match, they had a kind of respect for each other. So
Yeah.
they've put away the past.
Right, yeah. Which is good, which is true. Kayfabe, and in real life, I'm sure. Well, the forbidden door is about to be open as CM Punk is asking for his challenger for the show to come out because he knows he's there. And go Ace! Out comes Tanahashi, stares him down, and it's official. CM Punk, Tanahashi at the Forbidden Door show.
Is that a big enough main for you?
It's a big match, but I would say it's not one of the ones where I start looking at flights. But I'm still excited for the match. Don't get me wrong.
I really like Punk, but it wouldn't make much of a difference to me who he's facing.
Right.
I'm more interested in like Danielson's opponent.
That makes sense.
That's the thing for me. Danielson or a returning Omega. Like, what would the match be?
Yeah.
For that, I don't see Omega coming back right now, but
yeah.
So I'd still be like Punk Tanahashi is great for me, but it does also depend on the rest of the card.
Yeah, no, I'm super hyped about that match. I can't wait, but I do still think they will announce an Okada singles match, but not quite sure who the opponent would be. But yeah, still super hyped for this match. I love Tanahashi, so definitely a dream match, and we get to see it. So obviously, Punk's gonna hit him with the GTS and win because he's the champ. I think this is a safe match to do. Like,
yeah,
it's
think
Tanahashi.
So.
I know we all want
a big match, and Tanahashi can lose.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew Mox was going to fight Tanahashi. I guess that's kind of pushed to the side because Mox's a little busy, but...
Yeah, I would have thought you'd have had Mox.
That was supposed to happen.
Mox has been calling for it.
Yeah,
for a
they've
while.
been challenging each other for a long time.
And poor Kenta with two tweets, one yesterday, one today. The first is, it looks like the forbidden door won't open for me, but I'm totally fine as long as he pays royalty dollars, referring to CM Punk. And then today, knock knock, okay, bye. Hashtag forbidden door.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be wrestling Punk. I think that's the match he wanted.
Yeah.
Too bad. I also liked how Punk said, I've never done drugs, but this is what it must feel like. And then Dax was like, well, actually, I've done drugs, and this also feels good. And I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, Tanahashi, CM Punk. Definitely still a big match. Just still super hype. Why not? Tanahashi's still on a great run. I mean, every time you think Tanahashi's kind of done, he has a pretty stellar match. And his match with Kenta was pretty crazy from Wrestle Kingdom. So, yeah, super into that match. What else would you add to this? They didn't really mention anything else.
You see, I do want a Danielson singles, but I do see them more likely doing a 6-man, like the Combat Club against someone. what, Hangman Okada? Would you do?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty big. They fought before. It was a good match.
That G1?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but they're completely different now.
Yeah.
Like bigger stage and everything. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be
Because I'd
good.
want Danielson versus Zack or Shingo.
Oh, Danielson, Zach.
Or
Yeah.
Okada. But I think we're getting a tag match.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Miro Ishii.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we go now to our next segment, MJF. Probably the segment a lot of wrestling fans were interested in seeing because they announced MJF is going to speak tonight. And, well, out comes Max. And he says, cut my music. Doesn't even say it, actually. He does this. That's how you know he's in an angry mood. He then says, I'm hurting. And he knows that tonight is a big night, even though he's coming off his loss, but he's mad. He's hurting. And he knows that tonight is a big night for AEW and Tony because it's it's the merger. There's a lot of executives here tonight for this whole Warner Media thing that's been going on. I loosely have been following that kind of stuff, but MJF telling me here, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because they did not really mention it on the show. You wouldn't know.
No.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
No, this was, the only... Was there a mention at the beginning? No, this was it, yeah.
Well, he says that he doesn't want to piss any people off, but he's pissed off. He mentions that he worked his ass off to get here, and then he worked his ass off to be the most talked about segments week to week, and he would continue doing this, and it slowly became all friends wrestling, meaning bringing in everyone's friends. He says, I wasn't handed my ticket. I get no respect, and nobody in this company or in this business is on my level. And he starts getting really aggressive and emotional and says, I don't go out there and hit home runs. I hit grand slams. Only 26 years old, and I have the whole industry looks at me under a microscope. I can carry this company just like I have, and just like all you fans, the boys in the back watch me too because they want my spot. And then he talks about how us fans are just uneducated marks, and then we sit on our phones and go off on the star ratings and talking about all this stuff. He's getting super hype and super aggressive. Basically a pipe bomb here is what he's going for. He says that he's a generational talent and starts talking trash about Tony Khan and talks about how he's just a big man in the back who needs to reach into his pockets, but he won't do that for me. He only uses his money for ex-WWE guys that he keeps bringing in, but none of those guys could lace my goddamn boots. And he says, would you treat me better if I was ex-WWE? And then he says that that Tony Khan should just be behind the guardrail with all of these fans, and says that, Tony, I want you to fire me. Look at me. Fire me. Fuck you, as he's censored here. I thought he said you FNC, but he says...
You fucking mark.
Yeah, and then his mic is cut off completely, his music hits, and then it goes to commercial break.
Did it even hit the music? I think it just cut to black, didn't it?
It just went to commercial, yeah.
This was fantastic.
Yeah.
We've all been following the story. MJF, will he get on the plane? Bought this ticket, walking out. Apparently showed up to his match just before it started, left right after.
Yeah.
All this, you all know what's going on. Like I would assume from this, something's been worked out. But I love this. What a great promo. I really appreciated, because we saw him do the stretcher job the other day, and it would have been so easy and typical in wrestling to have him come out in the neck brace and like the comedy, like the all he said was I'm hurt, and you don't need to indicate it. It was a serious promo, and that would have completely taken away from it. So I like that choice. The all friends wrestling line, the ex WWE guys, which is kind of true. There are a lot coming in.
Yeah.
I thought everything was brilliant. I love them blurring the lines of like truth and reality. This guy doesn't miss. The only thing I'm hoping, I really don't want to see Tony Khan as an on-screen character for this, because I don't think he's very good at that kind of thing.
9 days.
And I hope we see this all just be from MJF's side. because he can carry a whole feud just on his own, I think.
I'm just wondering that what do you do? Like, where does it lead to then? Because what I got out of it just watching it, I go, oh, eventually Tony Khan's got to respond to this. So it does make me think that we might, but I don't know if that he would do that. He's kind of made it clear he's not really about that.
Yeah, and I think we'd drag this down.
Yeah,
seeing him on TV. But I think there's ways you can do it. You can have...
They've been pretty liberal with Tony Khan in the past. They've used Cody, especially used him a lot. Like, he'd be talking and then he'd go to the back and Tony would be like, signaling and stuff.
But it's never been him like coming out cutting a promo.
9 days.
Look here, Max. Like, none of that is there. It's always just very little stuff. Or to make even when he's made an announcement, it's kind of been passed off to someone else.
Right.
But I could see things like MJF showing up, winning a match pretty quickly and just not celebrating or anything, walking out, grabbing the mic, fire me, that kind of thing. I'm intrigued. I think this guy's fucking great. I'm glad it seems like he's sticking around, like they're blowing it into story, but at least he's not just sitting home right now.
Was there even a plane ticket?
Was there?
Was there even a true MJF meet and greet?
Yeah.
Was there anything at all?
This wasn't MJF here, was it? This was Maxwell.
That's right. That's what he said. I thought this was great as well. I do think he is the best talker in the business. He even makes mentions of fans being like, "Oh, he's not good in the ring." Like, he's literally going like super smarky here, definitely blurring the lines. It reminds me, his promo, in a weird way, he reminds me of Ric Flair, because I loved watching old Ric Flair because I always thought he was the best wrestler and I always thought he was the best talker. And now I genuinely think MJF is that level of the talker, at least. Like, this guy is beyond. If this is all some sort of big ruse that he did, in fact, I genuinely think wrestlers need to start using social media in that way. We've seen what little things tick off fans to then start saying this. Wrestlers, why don't they do that more often? Like, saying and doing less on your like social media platforms is basically what kayfabe can be used in today's world. This could be all real. He could be pissed off. Who knows? But what I watch as this, I'm like, wow, they're using this now and making it like the character. So a lot of people go, oh, wow, it's a work.
And if the whole thing was a work,
good.
I'm not mad.
No.
I'm not mad that I got worked.
Love it.
I love that I've been invested in this.
I think he's just good. I do genuinely think he just cuts a good promo. He definitely could probably read a phone book and it would sound good in all the million ways he could do it. But I'm just a little like, where would this lead now? Who would want to fight this guy? Is it just him feuding with Tony Khan, who won't say anything? I do think it was a solid promo though. Definite vibes of the pipe bomb, at least.
Well, with the cutting out of the mic and fading to black at the end as well. But great timing doing this with the execs there as well. I think that added another little layer.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's furious. Like, it got such a crazy reaction. I mean, he got cheers at one point. It was almost like he's turning. But then you go, wait, Tony's not it's not like Vince McMahon in the Attitude Era. It's not evil or anything.
But also, I think you listen and you go, yeah, like, aren't the reports like Mark Henry's making more than him?
Yeah.
And he just says, it's time for the main event every week. Like,
someone's got to do that,
it's
though.
It's true.
Someone
like, you look back and he main evented a pay-per-view with Moxley.
Yeah.
He had the Punk match, which was the biggest match on that show, I think. He had the
Punk match in Chicago.
Yeah.
As well. That was a different one.
He's had the Blood and Guts, the whole Inner Circle Pinnacle feud. He's had the
Jericho
Darby
singing
stuff,
thing.
The Jericho. He's had so many memorable moments.
Yeah.
In this.
100%.
So
hey, I love
you
the
do
guy.
agree with him. Like, yeah, you're an asshole, but you're like, yeah, there's some truth, and that's what makes his character so compelling, I think.
I'm genuinely interested in seeing where this goes. 100%. Definitely a good storyline. And the thing is, like, this dude there was no lag between like, he just got off a hot program, and it's like, yeah, I don't even need that anymore. I'm just going to go this way. What? That's crazy. That's like, usually there's a little bit of, okay, what do we do next? But this was like, nah, I'm just doing my own thing. He showed he didn't need this whole Wardlow thing to begin with.
You could do stuff with him as well, like he never has a match booked. He shows up and it's like, yep, another week. Like, he's not being booked. It's as if he's just being left at home, seeing out his contract.
Sure. Yeah,
stuff like that.
Something like that. It was good. I could see people not liking this because it's it is kind of like, again, that like pipe bomb trying to break the fourth wall kind of thing, but he's still just talking shit, but doing it really good.
If you didn't like this, you're wrong. Sorry. Sorry, but like you watch this stuff because you want to be sucked in and believe in things, and this makes you.
He's believable.
This guy makes you do that.
Yeah, he is very believable. Definitely, I definitely believe he is one of the best parts of AEW. So this proved it to me again. Another big part of AEW though, Johnny Elite. He comes out to a huge California reaction. I mean, he's been all over California. He's been in the movies. Yes. Boone, the bounty hunter thing we talked about.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
What's that? Boyle Heights? Was that? I think.
The fuck is that?
Where Lucha Underground is.
Oh, right, my bad. Yeah. He's just a legend. I like how they give him the slow-mo.
A legend, yes. Yeah, an absolute legend. And Von Wagner's an incredible wrestler.
Johnny Elite, he does the slow-mo, but I think they put the slow-mo on the wrong part. So instead of where he does the like pose with his arm, it's like when he's just walking. So it's like he's just walking really slow. Johnny Elite is going up against, what is this, an open invitational?
Yeah.
To anyone in AEW, they can fight Johnny Elite. I feel like he did not, kayfabe-wise, he did not think this through.
No.
There's a lot of hungry people in AEW. I saw a tweet from a one CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana, from WWE, and she said she was going to be watching AEW tonight. And a lot of people went, eyeball emojis. And wouldn't you know, his opponent cuts to a video promo from the Return of the Redeemer. Miro is here, talking about all sorts of things like the kingdom of heaven and God. He mentions his heart is broken since losing his gold, but my God, I no longer wish to come home. I now want to take yours. The Redeemer is back. And out comes Miro.
So after months away, Miro has come back to start a fight with God. He'd already picked his fight with God like before he left, but now he's like, no, I'm fighting you and I'm taking heaven as well. I'm kicking you out of heaven.
He's going to make his own heaven.
This is... It all sounds ridiculous, but this guy makes it work so much. He sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
He's just saying, I'm gonna like kill everyone on this roster until the only person left is God. And I'll kill him and claim my throne in heaven. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love this guy.
Yeah. I do genuinely love this guy. I love how during AEW, if you watch on TBS, you see ads for this product called Miro. It's spelled the same way. I'm not sure what is it, an app or something, but shout out Miro, the Redeemer. Yeah, I got pretty hyped when it showed his face here. So Miro,
I've been wanting him to come back for so long.
Yeah, 100%. Miro comes out to face Johnny Elite, and Morrison goes for some kicks here, but Miro stops him and then just starts to stomp him out as they go to break picture in picture. Miro puts him in all sorts of holds and sleepers. When we come back, there's a sit out, spin out, sidewalk slam from Miro, which just crushed Johnny here. Eventually, Johnny gets to his feet and hits a series of roundhouse kicks to come back, some more kicks to the face, and then a standing running star press for a near fall. He then goes for some sort of running jump up move, but gets flipped and lands on his feet, but then eats a pump kick from Miro, who then screams game over, locks in the game over. The Cobra.
I still call it the accolade.
Accolade.
It's the Cobra. Cobra clutch.
No,
Camel clutch.
Camel clutch. Make you humble. And Miro does just that.
But he does the bend back with it.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. So Miro beats Johnny Elite here in his return, but he has redeemed himself.
Yeah, I didn't actually think a great deal of the match, but I am happy to see Miro back. I think he's a major player, and hopefully, you mentioned he could be a Forbidden Door guy, like coming back this soon, and I think Ishii would be great.
100% Ishii. That would be a dream match, definitely. Yeah, we do a lot of retro NXT reviews on our Patreon, and right now we've been talking a lot on those shows about Rusev, Alexander Rusev to be in fact, and it's basically like the skeleton of his whole character, and he still does a lot of the things in 2013, all these years later.
The stomps and the roars.
The certain taunts and everything, yeah. But I definitely love this version of this guy. Like, did not like him in later years in WWE, but here, completely different guy and totally believable. He could say anything, and you look at him, he's scary. So, yeah, I'm super pumped that he's back. In fact, I still stand by what I said a few times, I think maybe on Double or Nothing review or something. He should just take that TNT title back. Screw all that other stuff that's going on. Not working. Boom. Give it back to him. Or set up the match with Ishii. Never open weight champion, Miro. Oh, wait, is he the champion? I feel like Ishii's always that champion. So
no, I don't think it's Suzuki right now, isn't it?
Book that too.
I don't know.
That'd be great.
Be good as well.
Yeah, Miro in the G1.
Yeah?
Yeah, Danielson, Mox, Miro in the G1. Book it.
I can't see Miro going over,
Come on.
to be honest.
Stop.
Don't think Lana would want to go that long.
She doesn't have to go.
True.
He can bring God
He can bring God.
to Japan.
Well, he's looking for God, isn't he?
He's out.
He's
A
fighting
lot of
God.
people are looking for God lately.
Yeah.
We go to...
Oh, Tama Tonga is never openweight champion right now.
Huh.
Interesting.
Ishii can win it back. I swear he's like 13-time champion or something. I know we did our best match ever, never openweight championship months and months ago. It was pretty much
Ishii.
all Ishii,
Yeah.
which means it was all bangers, but yeah. So Miro wins, and I'm happy he's back. Hopefully that match is Ishii at the Forbidden Door. We then go to the Jericho Appreciation Society, which always starts off with their great intro, the Sports Entertainers.
Sport entertainers.
Like, looking back at all these, like, I'm not talking about your, like, Adam Cole's or something like that, or Keith Lee's, but I'm talking about, like, the NXT people that got cut and then, you know, trickled over to AEW. I think 2.0, Daddy Magic and Cool Hands here got the best flip.
They've done great.
Like, can we say they had the best glow up? Like, look what they were doing.
And they've pretty much been on TV ever since they've gone to AEW.
And stealing the
Every
show last week with Double or Not, that
Absolutely.
Anarchy Rules match. So, like,
no, I think they're awesome.
I think we can give them their flowers. Like, look at that.
And well deserved,
you were being
know?
treated like ass. You had a set that they purposely broke. Remember, they had a set for their little talk show,
Yeah.
and then they ribbed them by breaking it. And now look at you now.
But
Your
even in
face is getting
NXT, anytime they were given, they stole that
out.
segment,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Stole it.
Yeah, I'm just as a fan, because we do the NXT stuff and we've been watching them for so long, just literally getting wasted. We would go, these guys are funny. These guys are good. These guys are actually pretty good. And look at them now. Like, they're still, look, they know their roles.
I mean, remember that first time we saw Everrise and we were like, who the fuck are these,
Who are these
guys?
fucks?
Years ago.
I'm like super, super great to see them do this, because they make me laugh. Especially fucking, what is it?
Matt Menard.
That guy's insane.
Daddy
He's
Magic.
a maniac.
He's ridiculous.
He is amazing. Oh, man. Anyways, the 2.0 come out. Sorry, no. Yeah, Jericho Appreciation Society come out. They say, sorry, this is not Matt Menard. The other one. Cool Hands. What's his name? Cool Hands.
With the
Lane.
tash? Or has he shaved it off?
I don't
yeah.
know. Cool Hand says, AEW Galaxy, appreciate us. And then gives a wink to the camera. A total nod to acknowledge me, but appreciate us. I think they should continue saying that. Daddy Magic wants to know, did you see it? Did you? Again, he's insane. He says, did you see what happened? We are the princes of the pay-per-view. We're the princes of the pape. He then says that winning that match, after we had our head bounced off the floor, Jericho says, we had mustard all over us, I had my hair pulled out, and Eddie Kingston, that psycho, tried to light us on fire. And, well, what kind of a man burns another man, says Jericho, which also got a laugh from me. He then says that he is going. Danielson said he was going to kick my expletive head in, but that didn't win. And once again, pro wrestlers lose, and so sports entertainers win always. And out comes Eddie Kingston, who says, cut the music, cut the music. I want to fight all of you. Danielson hates me. Mox and me don't really speak. Everything's just all over the place, but I just want to fight.
Said, I haven't seen Mox for weeks.
Which you saw him on
You saw him on Sunday.
but I know what he means.
And says like, at least Monkey's talking to me.
Ortiz.
And he's like, Monkey's Ortiz. Yeah, on one of the podcasts I've heard him listen, he's always talking about Monkey.
Yeah, that's what he calls him.
Yeah.
So he says that he's still with me, but it doesn't matter. I'll fight you. But I wanna get violent. I wanna pay back for what you did. So William Regal's out there with Eddie Kingston,
which just is a ridiculous pairing.
Combo. I was nervous.
It's all right when like Danielson is there and Mox is there, but Eddie just with Regal.
Yeah, I was interested.
It's like when Friends of Friends get together and it's just a bit weird.
They're jump friends now, Eddie and Regal. Well, Eddie says, Regal, tell him Regal, tell him what I want. And Regal has the mic and says it.
Blood and guts.
Not quite the War Games.
No, not got the same ring.
Blood and guts. And the crowd goes wild. And, the challenge is made. When the Jericho guys go to chase Eddie, I think it's Monkey, who gets in the ring and smacks Jericho with the ball in the sock thing. But, this match has been made official. We kind of talked off the front. But Blood and Guts...
this is where he cuts his hair as well, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, he shaves his hair. That's right. Ortiz starts to shave. Sorry, not shave, but actually grab parts of Jericho's hair and scissor it and scissor it, and which then also sets up another match.
So they confirm Blood and Guts, and Jericho says he'll have a hair versus hair match with Ortiz. It says it's June 15th, which seems you'd have thought this would have been before Blood and Guts, but this is like weeks and weeks away.
What do you mean?
This hair versus hair match.
When is it?
July 15th.
July?
Yeah.
Why would it be in July?
At Road Rager, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, July?
It seems okay.
Yeah, that's weird. Did they show the wrong graphic?
I think they must have had a mistake on the graphic because
it wouldn't make sense.
It definitely says July.
Yeah, it does say July. I guess they put the wrong one.
Yeah, because before Blood and Guts makes way more sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Is the Wizard losing his hair?
Bald Jericho?
I mean, I think it's going to be Ortiz. I think bald Jericho is Ortiz would look cool with a shaved head.
Yeah.
I want to see Jericho bald.
Yeah. you want Jericho to...
We haven't had bald Jericho. We've had so many different versions of Jericho.
I don't know if the streets need it.
We need bald Jericho.
I don't know if we do. One
we'll
day
start wearing a wizard's hat with a wig underneath to
He has wizard hair already. He's literally got wizard hair.
Exactly. So we'll lose it.
No, the wizard. No, the wizard. You can't have a bald.
Do you remember when Undertaker shaved his head and would wear his hat with the wig underneath until he revealed he was bald at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Jericho's
Kane's mask.
Jericho's had a lot of hairstyles though.
Did Kane used to have long hair? Has that always been?
I hope so. No, it always looked like it was real.
It did, didn't it?
It did, yeah, it did.
Yeah, alright.
Any other ones that bothered you?
What, people's hair?
Yeah, if it was real or not.
In
wrestling?
Who else wore a wig?
I don't know, I heard Ted Danson wore a piece later years of Cheers, but...
Our friend John told him to take it off. Talk to the producers, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Check out our Loch Ness review.
I'm thinking wrestling, hair versus hair. I don't think they've done one in AEW before.
Is this a first? Yeah. Last one we saw was Grimes and Duke Hudson, and Duke Hudson just grew his hair back the next week.
And was like, yo, I look fine. It was really
he was on TV once bald, then went home for a couple of weeks,
and then he's like, oh, you look fine,
exactly the same.
You look good. I don't know. I don't know. I do see Ortiz losing the hair. Sorry,
let's go Jericho.
We go to a recap of Samoa Joe getting his shoulder looked after his match with Adam Cole.
Damn shoulder.
Whose shoulder got it?
That shoulder.
Who got it worse, Adam Cole's shoulder or Joe's shoulder? I bet Adam Cole was hurt before that match because he was wearing a lot of tape during it. Samoa Joe it shows this clip from after that match, and he's attacked by Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt. So this storyline is continuing about the Ring of Honor. Was it TV title? No, pure title.
TV title.
TV title. Yeah, but then it sets up this next match because Adam Cole also is injured, so he won't be in this next match, even though he was announced. There was a few injuries from the pay-per-view, including Adam Cole, so he's not going to be in this match, but it's the Young Bucks and Red Dragon going up against Jurassic Express, and what was supposed to be the Hardy Boys is now just Matt Hardy and Christian Cage. Oh, and Darby Allin, who Jeff picked to sub for him. I forgot to mention the fifth guy replacing Adam Cole on that team. You know, the perfect fit to sub out Adam Cole. Hikuleo.
So is Cole injured as well then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he just sat out because Jeff sat out, but then...
No. What? Why would he do that? Jeff's hurt? Yeah, me too. No.
Oh, I'm not wrestling if Jeff's not. Yeah, so Hikuleo. Yeah.
Hikuleo.
We've seen it. Who was it we saw him on Dynamite against?
Lance
Archer, was it?
I don't remember.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeff did come out, no face paint. Looked a little sad.
No juking.
Yeah. No juking, was there?
Yeah, he wasn't doing it.
He kind of did the Sting thing, just like fist bumped his brother. Off you go, man.
I hope he's okay, man. They said, like the reports are all out there saying like he was hurt before his match.
It took him a long time to realize his boot was just not on his foot. You know?
Yeah, true. I mean, out of all the matches he's had of recently, I can probably pinpoint the match that was the one that hurt him. The one with Darby Allin.
Yeah.
So this match is crazy. 5-on-5. Young Bucks, though, getting a huge pop. I mean, this is the first time AEW's in California, and these are some SoCal boys. Yeah. So I'm sure they were loving that pop here. There's some crazy back and forth here from all four guys. Jungle Boy is in this. He hits a crazy pop-up Rana to the outside. Christian at one point hits a splash for a near fall. There's moonsaults from Luchasaurus and topes from Darby and Jungle Boy. Nick then sets up everyone to the outside and does a crazy jumping, flipping corkscrew tope and pretty much lands on his feet. This guy, Nick Jackson, is just incredible. There's then a commercial break when they're working on Christian Cage tagging in and out. Eventually, Luchasaurus is in. He hits this head scissor spike thing. There's a destroyer from Jungle Boy. There's then a chokeslam moonsault press combo. Hikuleo is in. Both big guys in this match. They're fighting each other. Eventually, Darby comes in and just going all over the place. Darby, almost killing himself here again.
Yeah, he does that crazy tope to Kyle on the outside, the stun dog in the ring, just launching himself corner to corner.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, he gets chasing the dragon on the outside. Matt Hardy goes in, starts beating up everyone by taking their head and bashing them into the turnbuckles. The
delete turnbuckle
things.
Bit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. There's a twist of fate.
Boy, it got a laugh from me when he did it to all four and then went to do it to Hikuleo, the big guy, nah. And you think, oh, he's not going to do it to him, and he didn't.
Yeah, you can't. I know it's not like a headbutt, but he's Samoan, so there's rules with the headbutting there.
Hot heads, yeah.
They can't. It won't work on them. Is the gimmick of they've been using. Who's Hikuleo's dad again? Is it Meng? We talked about it recently.
Tangaloa and Tamatonga?
I can't remember. I know someone's got a few different sons. We were just discussing it on an old WCW review just like a few weeks ago, but it's like a slamboree when we're talking about Meng. Hikuleo is on the outside. He gets speared by Christian off the apron there. In the ring, there's a huge super kick party from the Young Bucks, lighting up Luchasaurus, Matt Hardy, Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Adopted father.
Haku. Yeah, okay, cool. Who is Meng?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Eventually, there's the high-low and then the Meltzer driver on Jungle Boy, and the Bucks pick up the win here, beating the tag team champions. The Super Elite and Hikuleo win the match.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, just non-stop. The Bucks never really miss at all. I can't say Hikuleo really stood out, didn't do a whole lot. I think everyone else in this match had their moment. Luchasaurus with his kind of backwards roll, handstand,
spike
tracking
thing.
The legs, and then just spiking him almost in a pile driver, I thought was awesome. Christian, we don't get to see wrestle a great deal anymore, but thought he looked good. I love that spear off the apron to the floor. I thought looked really good.
After the match, Matt Hardy's trying to console his lost team, but Christian grabs Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and kind of they walk out. So Matt was kind of what the hell?
And they did show when Matt and Christian tagged earlier, there was a moment kind of just acknowledging their past. They kind of stared at each other for a second.
They're like, look at us. Who would have thought it, huh?
Who would have thought?
Not me. Paul Rudd gif right there to each other. Like, look at us. Huh. Wow. Well, yeah, I would have suspected this was deliberate to have Jungle Boy take the pin so that you set up the Bucks getting a title shot against them. Instead, they announced this Friday on Rampage in California, Bucks versus Lucha Brothers, which is a match I don't think you need to add any sort of story to at all. And as of
we've seen it a million times.
I'm going to speak on I'm speaking not for all wrestling fans, but like I'm okay with them always having that match. I think you could do it every week.
I also feel it's almost like we're in California. We
do
should
it.
Do this.
Do it 100%. I will definitely be watching because I'm super excited for that. So Rampage. But yeah, I actually really like this mixed tag match. It had some crazy stuff.
Mixed tag?
Sorry, whatever this was. five person tag. Yeah, 10 man.
I
match.
thought it was awesome.
It had a lot of fun stuff. I love all the guys involved. And Hikuleo, yeah, you're kind of right. He didn't really stand out, but he didn't look bad or anything. We go backstage and we see Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee, and they're hanging out with a bunch of his friends, his moguls, he says. I tried to catch all the names. He said one guy was MCU. I was like, oh, the MCU? Or he said he worked on a lot of movies. Jeff Hamilton and some guy who makes leather jackets and stuff like that.
Wasn't there a basketball man in there?
I think a producer, a rapper or something. Right. I'm not sure. He then he gets a new jacket. The jacket looked pretty fly, I'm not going to lie. Everyone looked super cool here, so I was like, yeah, all right.
This for me was just like, you know, when someone name drops someone and you've just never heard of the person. It's
right,
like,
yeah.
I'm happy for you. Hold on, Swerve. Your friends look cool. I'm happy for you.
It kind of sucks because I think they had some momentum to win the titles on the pay-per-view. But I think if you just book these guys in a story with another tag team, it could advance.
Is it over with Team Taz, do you think, with these two teams?
I think so. There was no mention. It was kind of a clear cut. We go to Tony Schiavone bringing out Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon.
Or Athea, as Tony calls her.
Athea, which her name is Athena. I was just so excited to see Athena come out while watching Dynamite with you tonight, because I know you're a really big fan, actually.
Hey, I like her wrestling.
Yeah. We have Athena say that she could not wait to be all elite. She says that she is here to kick some ass, and she's here to join this great women's division, and that she is the fallen goddess, and calls out Jade Cargill and says that she's going to beat her for the TBS championship. When you hear it, Tony, cut the shit. And out comes Jade. Athena got a nice reaction when she came out, but when Jade said cut the shit, it went from a 5 crowd level to about an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, from the promo from Athena, it's the same thing I've always felt with her. It was just a little cringy for me. I feel she pulls way too many faces. There's something that just doesn't connect with me with her as a character. But it is week 1, so I'm hoping she can in a new environment. Maybe over time she can win me over, because I do like her wrestling.
Cut this shit.
But yeah, Jade coming out definitely got a bigger reaction.
She says, I don't care if you were this, that, whatever. I'm that bitch. She has the baddie section with her, and then she also has Stokely Hathaway in a nice, baby pink Killa Cam suit. I see it. He is now being called her publicist. There's no smart mark here with Jade. Stokely. She introduces Stokely as her publicist and then says that this guy's the best talker in the business. He then says that, simply put, referring to Jade, this woman is a goddess and our TBS champion. And Athena, I know you want a shot, but not today. When they start getting in the face of each other, with the baddies getting in there, Kiera Hogan, when Anna Jay comes to back her out, Chris Statlander comes to back her out, and a match is set up for Athena's debut on Rampage against Kiera Hogan.
Yeah, which I like Kiera Hogan, so I think this could be a good match, and it's I'm happy to see Kira start to get some stuff, because I feel she's been in AEW a while now, and apart from the odd thing on Dark, we never really see her. So I think the baddie section's great for like her and Red Velvet. And I think this would be a good match, a good debut for Athena. The segment, I really think we needed more from Stokely here.
Yeah.
You've had Athena, she's the big debut, she said her part. I think you brought this guy in to talk, let him talk. He was very quickly interrupted, and then you had like, Anna Jay and Statlander come out, and it was just all kind of yelling over each other. So
I was expecting Stokely to like verbally like eviscerate her or something, or talk some trash,
or at least say why he's with Jade and big up Jade or something.
Yeah.
It just wasn't really enough from him. But I think I quite like this 3-on-3 thing going on at the moment. I like a lot of the people involved in this. So
yeah. I think it could have been a bit better, but I'm still invested. I definitely like the character that Jade has, and especially all her lines and everything. Just the way she presents herself comes across as mega star. So I've definitely started being super into this character, and I am like the crowd. I was like, oh, cool, Athena, all right. And then Jade comes out, and I'm like, all right, nah, actually, this is the real star here. The match could be good too. Athena and Jade down the line will happen eventually. Don't see Athena being the one to beat
I think
her.
that would be good for Jade as well, working with someone a bit more experienced. Because like she's having a match with Anna Jay, who's been wrestling as long as she has. I think that could be a good match.
I miss Ember Moon's theme song. I secretly kind of liked it. The first one, the OG one.
Her second one wasn't good.
Ember No, wait, that's Asuka. No, wait. Oh, I'm getting them confused. Yeah. But yeah, Ember Moon's was good. We go to Wardlow. No music, but then when he comes out, his music and Titantron light up.
Yeah, I think I was expecting this silent bit backstage to have the crowd really loud chanting Wardlow. I didn't really notice it, but I am glad they're still keeping that element of his entrance.
They weren't as loud for Wardlow. Wardlow comes out, and he's going one-on-one with J.D. Drake. J.D. tries to get some offense in, but Wardlow easily squashes him. He just power bombs him, picks him up, and does another one. And J.D. Drake ain't no tiny boy here, so these power bombs looked big. Puts the foot on the chest, 1, 2, 3. Wardlow wins. But the story comes back after this with Smart Mark Sterling coming out saying, Wardlow, you're being served, and I'm suing you. All these people are suing you. All the security guards from all these weeks are getting together and suing you.
This had been set up a couple of weeks ago, hadn't it? Mark Sterling spoke to one of them, and I'd forgotten until he came out.
He's also been using social media, and he's got like it's like Better Call Saul campaign. Like, have you been personally attacked by Wardlow?
I love this. It gives something Wardlow to just deal with before you want to put him. I see him eventually being maybe thrown there to take the TNT title off Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
But maybe Sky has a couple of things he needs to do with that title first.
Right.
I think this keeps Wardlow busy. We can still see him just, run through people and murder people.
He's got to murder Tony Nese.
Which at the moment is what's fun, right? Just seeing him powerbomb people. It's still working right now.
Yeah. Tony Nese is next.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I'm glad they found him something to do.
I think having MJF cut that crazy wild promo earlier almost hurt Wardlow here. The fans almost were cheering more for MJF,
Yeah. Could have maybe switched these, had Wardlow earlier and then MJF later, maybe.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't as loud for him, but I still think he's great. We get Scorpio Sky backstage. He's talking about how he has a TNT title defense against Dante Martin and says, enjoy California, go to the boardwalk, go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I've always wanted to go there. And says, this guy's a kid. He's taking him kind of lightly. But he's kind of saying it in a nice way. So he's like a heel baby face. I don't know.
Even Lambert is like,
nice.
Hey, I don't like that guy, but he's good.
Yeah.
I respect it, yeah.
Just before he puts his glasses on, Dante interrupts. It's like Dante was watching the whole promo.
He goes to the click.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off.
And, Dante comes and stops him and says, don't underestimate me. And, The match actually sounds good, but this didn't make me very excited for it. I really think Lambert has run its course. He's just there to be there.
I didn't mind this. It's a setup for a Rampage match. They're normally this kind of quick little interview thing backstage. Yeah. I think the match will be good. I do want to see what... I kind of want for Sky for him to have a decent run. I don't think it would look good for him or the title to just have him beaten right away with this. It's been hot potatoed a lot. I kind of want to see Sky start to prove himself a bit and have those good matches we know he's capable of against a variety of people. So Dante Martin to start with, I think that's cool. But I hope this starts being defended weekly, you know?
Yeah. We go to Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. Britt coming out, of course, with her newly won Owen Hart title, trophy title, championship, the Stampede looking championship, pink thing. And these two teams are going against each other. Tony and Ruby kind of fit. They're both, rock stars, punk kind of. Ruby's got the punk rock, and Tony's got the 80s.
Tony's mum loves 80s music, isn't it? Wasn't that the thing?
Is that her?
WWE?
Her mom loves...
Her mum was a rock chick.
Nice, yeah. Tony's in some crazy red leather pants, some Rick James pants going on with Toni Storm. This match kicks off. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter gain some offense when they keep tagging in and out and work on Ruby Soho through picture-in-picture. When we come back, Ruby hits some back suplexes, tags in Tony, who hits a huge German on Jamie Hayter, and then a wicked running hip attack right to the face, and then a crazy tornado DDT for a near fall. Hayter then goes on the outside and DDTs Tony off the apron to the outside, but then Ruby jumps off the top to the outside with this crazy high angle, high fast.
She had so much speed.
Yeah.
This crossbody to the floor.
This was nuts.
Yeah.
When she gets up, though, she's welcomed to a sling blade from Britt on the outside. Just craziness. We go back in the ring. There's a series of backbreakers, and then Britt gains control. She hits a butterfly suplex off the top, which looked pretty sweet, but eventually gets caught with the no future kick, but kicks out at 2. Eventually counters a roll-up and a roll-up again for the lockjaw, but eventually there's more roll-up attempts when eventually Hayter runs in to roll her back into position. Eventually hits Ruby with the shake, rattle, and roll, like that spinning neck breaker. But then more inside cradles when eventually there's the Destination Unknown, which is like a
Blade Runner.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, exactly. And gets the win on Britt Baker. Ruby Soho wins the match. This match started kind of slow for me, but then when it came back from that picture-in-picture, it just fired off.
Yeah, I was really impressed with all four here, actually.
Huge "This is awesome" chant, by the way.
I think we've said, I think Jamie Hayter's excellent, actually. Every time we see her, I think she looks really good, and she was great in this match. But the other three, I think, have always been a bit hit and miss, and this was definitely hit. I thought all four looked excellent. The speed in that final stretch with some of those big moves was great. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and this got a well-deserved "This is awesome," I thought. Interesting that most matches on this show were, some of the big losses on Sunday getting their win back. You had Hardy's winning in the 10-man. You had Ruby Soho here getting win back over Britt, and
True.
And then the main event with Mox.
Yeah.
It's
that hangover show.
Yeah.
I actually really like this. Again, when it came back from picture-in-picture, all four of them were just go, and a lot of connecting spots that really worked. I thought this was probably one of my favorite women's matches in AEW, just full stop. I think all four kind of needed to do something like this to kind of prove this, and I think they did. Honestly, I love this better than any of the women's matches on this pay-per-view.
No, I preferred Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa to this, but I really enjoyed this match.
It was pretty good. And I like Destination Unknown as the name. She just uses the song lyrics as her. We go to our main event, which is Daniel Garcia versus Jon Moxley. The first dance when Punk showed up in AEW, this was the main event. And now Punk is the champion, and this is our main event.
Wow.
Cool stuff. They are in Los Angeles, So we got some stars in the crowd. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Vince Vaughn.
Ah.
Vince Vaughn is here. You know he loves wrestling. He's in the Page movie.
What's he been doing recently?
I don't know, probably trying to make Wedding Crashers 2. Fred Claus 2.
I like Vince Vaughn.
Wedding
I don't know
Crashers.
why.
Wedding Crashers is goated. I mean, and so is Swingers. Swingers and Wedding Crashers are probably one of the best comedies. But yeah, I haven't watched any good Vince Vaughn movies lately, unfortunately.
Oh, he was done a bunch of Curb recently.
Okay.
Doing a TV series called Bad Monkey.
Nice.
Yeah, hasn't done anything big for a while.
Good for Vince Vaughn.
I like Vince Vaughn.
You motorboating son of a bitch. Then they cut to a real celebrity. Macaulay fucking Culkin.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
Macaulay
know
Culkin.
he likes wrestling.
Macaulay Culkin is here. Bunny ears. Kevin, whatever you want to call him. I texted John Pollock right away.
And Regal just goes, "Oh look, he's home alone," and sells it knowing it's like he can't think of anything else to say. He's trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
He states the obvious.
Yeah.
And it's such a dad thing to do. And they like
Oh, he's
politely
so
laugh and they're like, "Oh yeah, Regal.
Yeah.
He's home alone."
Someone in the chat knocked out in the Twitch chat saying Freddie Prinze Jr. was also there
Oh.
too. They didn't want to show him. He's competition.
Maybe, yeah.
Didn't I say they would make a Fed together? They need to make a Fed together.
Macaulay, yeah.
That was my
they're
thing.
scouting, right?
They're scouting the talent. All right, who's Tony gonna fire? MJF? All right, we'll get you.
Whose contracts are running out?
Also, JP in the chat here. JPK says, "Don't sleep on Dodgeball" as a Vince Vaughn
great
movie.
film, yeah.
Good movie too. Not quite up there with Swingers or Wedding Crashers, but still. Well, Garcia versus Moxley, 1-on-1 again here. Both of them Garcia was limping to the ring with his Kangol hat on, but he was limping. Mox just always looks like he's had a rough time, but he's just a violent man.
He bled within seconds in this match, and I don't even know how.
Well, Garcia punched him.
Right, okay.
Knuckle punched his wound. Or was it this headbutt here? Because early on, they're like Roman knuckle lock here when Garcia just headbutts him and then sends Mox to the outside and then does this running drop kick stomp to Mox in between the steel stairs. They gets him in the ring and puts him in a figure four. This is when Moxley is just leaking blood absolutely everywhere. There's then Daniel who gets him up top for an avalanche back suplex, which was just crazy. They're then brawling again ringside when Moxley, the steps that had been moved from earlier, hits Garcia with an X-plex and just throws him.
It's not steps. They're the weapon of 2022. Last year it was light tubes.
Yeah.
We had the tables craze in 2000. Kendo sticks have come and gone. It's the stairs this year. Eric Rowan and Big Show were ahead of their time with their stairs match.
Yeah.
This one was one of the nastiest because he landed right on the edge, just
like
to
the corners
the
of it.
spine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched this back a few times. This was a crazy spot. The X-plex is where you lift them up to suplex and then throw them forward.
Release, yeah.
But wow, the stairs just no give there with the damn crazy. So he hits that move and then gets Garcia back in the ring and starts biting him, trying to make him open up his wounds as well. There's then a super hatch suplex, like the front chancery superplex there. There's then elbows by Garcia coming back here, tries to do the Daniel Bryan Moxley Blackpool elbows, but Moxley pretty much no-sells it and then hits his own to Garcia here. There's then a series of roll-up attempts and then a backdrop driver from Mox, and then Garcia somehow stumbles to his feet. There's a series of slaps and chops when then Garcia hits a backdrop driver of his own, picks up Moxley and pile drives him, which looked nasty, but Mox kicks out. He then applies his deep sharpshooter, as Jericho on commentary is like, it's a deep sharpshooter.
It's a great sharpshooter to start with, and then he does the lean back. Yeah, it looks great.
Lean back. He then is doing this lean back into the sharpshooter, which Moxley scouts and grabs the head in perfect position for the bully choke, but eventually Garcia gets out of that. There's then more brawling between the two of them, and then more counters into the bully choke. This is when Jericho runs down to the ring to try to get involved and distract Moxley when Eddie Kingston appears and barrels down this ramp.
A lot was slipping on this ramp tonight.
He
almost stacked it.
He almost did the Titus O'Neil, but instead lands on Jericho and just beats him up. Eventually, it's Mox in the ring, hitting the paradigm shift, getting the 1-2-3 on Garcia, getting the win here for the Blackpool Combat Club. But this match was just crazy.
Oh, this was great. I could have done with maybe the beatdown, like the interference thing, till after.
Yeah.
Because I thought it just ruined the flow of the match.
Yeah.
Because I thought the match was fantastic. So violent, and Daniel Garcia is so good. So good at this style as well. Like, he would have fitted right into the Blackpool Combat Club, but I kind of like that he's doing this other thing right now. I really enjoyed this. A great match at the end of a really good Dynamite, I thought.
Yeah, it had a lot of craziness. This match had a lot of blood. I mean, Mox was probably real easy to bust open, and he loves doing it. But it had a lot of violence. It had a lot of catching up the story. We knew this would lead into. We suspected, like, oh, maybe they'll do blood and guts, and then they literally advertise it. After the match, Mox has a mic and says, "Eddie, you're crazy. You're one hard guy to love, but you know I love you." He says, "You guys want blood and guts? Well, sign up, Mox. I'm in, and I'll see you at Blood and Guts." And then, it's that Dynamite in a few weeks in Detroit for this match. We don't know who's going to sign up for this match because so far it's just Eddie, Ortiz, and Mox. We obviously assume Santana.
I assume Santana. I would assume Danielson
Wheeler
as well.
Oh, yeah.
But they're going to tease that till right at the end.
Danielson
joining.
Because he's upset at Eddie.
Yeah.
For pouring gasoline on him.
No, love it. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. And to think there was so much happening on this show, and but you still didn't have like follow up with House of Black and Julia Hart. Hangman wasn't on the show. There's so many people on this roster right now, and so many things going around. But I think that's okay. I think it's good actually, Hangman, to have a week off. Like I think when you lose after a big championship match, you need a bit of time before we see you again. They said he's facing David Finlay next week.
Hangman versus Finlay. So there is a Finlay fighting.
There is a Finlay fighting, but not with Dax. And the MJF promo was excellent. That 10-man tag was excellent. This main event, the women's match, I thought one of my favorite Dynamites, actually.
I actually agree with you. I think it was one of my favorite Dynamites. It's always, after their pay-per-views, it's like a reset. Because, there's like title changes, there's stories continuing, there's new stories, there's all sorts of stuff. It felt like a proper, like, all right, like, here we go. There is a lot of continuing, but I liked where everything is going.
I was surprised we didn't get more for Forbidden Door, seeing that it's only a few weeks away, but they can start that next week, I guess. You got the main event, so they
might add something from Rampage.
But I was surprised no like another run-in or anything like that.
Yeah, no Great O'Khan, no Jay White. Instead, he picked his hand-picked Hikuleo to fill in. Yeah. I do think they'll start releasing some stuff. I hope we get more singles matches like Miro, Ishii, Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr., if that makes sense somehow. But yeah.
With this so close to this Blood and Guts just being the Wednesday after Forbidden Door, does that kind of indicate maybe these guys will not be on the show?
It's possible, which is unfortunate
because they've got this feud. Like, you can't really be doing this feud and a New Japan feud, can you, at the same time?
Yeah, Danielson is one.
That's maybe why it would be a good idea to have Danielson as the asterisk.
Right.
He could have a match on Sunday, and they could be 4 men, and he could always come as the 5th man on the day.
Because where's Yuta? He's going to be coming back from the Super Juniors.
Yeah, you could have Yuta.
But yeah, Danielson 1-on-1 versus...
And then Yuta in the Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I love this Dynamite. It had some ridiculous stuff, but pro wrestling's ridiculous. I don't know why, but the Jericho appreciation stuff is working for me now. Since this feud, especially since that crazy match, I loved that pay-per-view, and I loved this episode of Dynamite.
Me
and
too.
That's it.
Me too.
That's all. Can't wait for next week. It's the show I really enjoy watching. Yeah, they got the Forbidden Door, which is going to be crazy. I hope they do add some matches, and I'm super hyped that we're going to Blood and Guts.
We are.
I hope some of the New Japan guys stick around after and go to that show as well.
Well, I mean, we'll get the Rampage taping as well, won't we, that day? Because Blood and Guts, you'd think, I think last time, wasn't that pretty much an hour, wasn't it?
For sure, yeah. At least a part of it, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Oh, so we'll get a Rampage taping.
We'll get a Rampage taping as well. But we won't get... What I mean is we won't get as many matches on the Dynamite as we normally would.
Right.
Which is cool. Do you open with this, headline with it? Like...
I would
they have done the kind of opening with the big match before, haven't they?
Opening with the most violent.
You'd finish Dynamite with this, wouldn't you?
I hope some of the New Japan talent stick around for that show as well. But I know there's a GCW on the Thursday, but all they've announced.
You say that, and then you'll get Hikuleo and Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan, and you'd be like, "Can't I see House of Black instead? Can't I see some AEW guys?"
I'm so excited to go to some AEW. I can't wait for you to see House of Black. Did they change their theme? Or is it still...
They've got 4 themes. Maybe more now. Julia Hart needs one as well. Wait, they've got... Brody has his own theme. I don't know if Buddy has his own theme.
I think
Malachi definitely does. Then Brody and Malachi have a theme together. And then I think the whole House of Black have a theme. Yeah, Julia's got her theme now. Let's say Buddy has a theme. They've got 6 themes.
Good for them.
Not enough. Not Triple H territory, is it?
Not quite. Not enough to get an old vinyl.
Well,
guys, thanks for listening to us talk all about some Dynamite. We hope you enjoyed it. Go check out all the other podcasts on this free feed, including Up Next. We will be back this Saturday night with NXT in your house, and we'll be chatting all about Joe Gacy and Braun Breaker and Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes, which I think should be the main event. So hang around. If you're watching that show Saturday, we'll be going live on Twitch and recording and then putting the pod up on this feed right afterwards. So come hang out Saturday night as we are in your house. And then Shot in the Dark, which is free. Go check that out on this feed as well. Where Sino's, covering all of the wrestling that you don't watch. And then check us out on Patreon for $5, only $5. RSS feed, links to your podcast app on your phone. You can listen to all these Patreon shows, the best matches ever, all the retro WWF, WCW, ECW reviews. There's movie reviews. Everything is back there. Go check it out. You won't be sorry, or you will be sorry if you don't go check it out. That's right.
You hear me, Finley? Well, you will be sorry.
Yeah. That's it. That's all. I myself, Braden Harrington. You can find me Twitter, Instagram. I'm at the Bray D.
And I am at Davey Portman.
That's it. That's all. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And
you fucking Mark. Say it. Say the thing.
You fucking Mark.
Oh.
First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davey, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite.